Heart attack.
Okay, it's live.
Okay. Now stop
What do you
it.
think?
I'm going.
You watching it on your phone?
If it clicks, it's not. It hasn't clicked on yet.
Yeah, it's good. It's not so.
It's not live yet.
Monday, it don't take nobody that long to get to live. I mean, we got 100 people already. Ashley Turner Miller, Mike Van Meter. I mean, what? Monday.
Y'all get ready to be a viral sensation.
Okay.
Now, so get away from me, Monday. I'm tired of listening to you.
Can we get our props? We can shout.
I mean, our technical team is A1. Our technical team is A1.
Where we sitting at, Chucky?
Huh?
Where you want me to sit at?
Right there where you
Yeah,
are.
but you got to be behind the light, cause.
Okay.
Right.
He's gonna have me order one next.
Okay, y'all gonna be over there and I'm gonna be over here.
Yeah, I'm
Why
gonna be
don't the other one
beside
He's gonna be
you.
beside it.
Do what?
He said something I didn't.
What'd you say, Chuck?
Man, we got 7. Boy, if you don't,
Go ahead and do you. I'm gonna go.
ain't gonna do nothing. We don't get started at 8 o'clock.
Okay, but go. You already.
They just in the bubble right now.
Okay,
They in the bubble.
well, go ahead. You can talk for 30 minutes, I'm sure.
I'm just letting them get. Oh shoot, man.
And what you do?
No shame. You ain't even fixed nothing. He's like, he ain't done nothing.
That's good.
But
I
he
really need
takes-
to see you over there Monday.
Yeah, where
See,
your
Monday,
chair
you doing
at
way
so we
too
can
much
get
now.
situated right.
I can get out of the way, boy. I'm dangerous.
And do we
Mandy
want to
Roby in the building. What's up?
Get you a chair.
I'm going to. I'm going to go back here for a second. What we look like, Chuck?
I mean, it look like ABC or NBC. That's what we look like.
Okay. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you.
I mean, we got Rainbow in early.
Huh?
Monday, you gotta go shave or something.
Okay, I'm going. Chuck. I'm going.
You trying to go live and Rainbow's already on here and you ain't looking right.
Who's on there?
Jerry Sampson's on here ready to cuss you out Monday.
Who's on there?
Jerry
Know
Sampson.
these people.
Ready to cuss him out. We real early, fellas. We working on the technical side. We real early.
Easy. Phil, you want Platinum to put a chair in there for you?
I mean, we talking about racism tonight, and black people ain't never been this on time.
What?
Ever. I mean, we got the NAACP president in the building. I mean, we can't go wrong.
Hey, y'all.
Y'all got a question I can't answer. We got a professional. TJ in the building.
Maybe we need to do this like.
Sandy Joe, what's up, Sandy Joe? I mean, my peer shooter's in the building. Robbie Webb, you don't know nothing about him. Rondelin, you don't know nothing. Mac Dean, the legend. We're just working on the technical side right now. Y'all just be patient. All right now, Jerry Sampson, you can't be talking about professionalism and misspelling the word there. Get your words right now if you're going to talk shit. I mean, I ain't supposed to cuss him. I mean, I forgot. I ain't supposed to cuss. Tom Purcell in the building. Role model. Well, what's up, Well? Can you hear me pretty good? You know I scream every time I talk. Will Higdon in the building. I made Monday go back to the back and shave. He was looking like a lumberjack. How we gonna go live? You looking like a lumberjack. Sound is good, Mandy? You're good and early. You're good and early, too.
When he gets done, I gotta use the bathroom too. I've been drinking all this water. Yeah, trying to be healthy. What grade you in?
You had to think
I
about
had to
it.
think about it. It's been that long since we've been in school. I know.
That hasn't been that long.
It's been a long time.
I
Mr.
was just in
Fundamental
school
in the
today.
building.
Well,
What's
we
up,
just
Phil?
got back. You ain't been in school that long. You're a cute little boy.
Thank you.
He's
I've been in
cute.
school for about a month.
Yeah, it has been about us now.
One time when I spent a night over here,
How much time we got left? What time is it?
one time when I spent
What
a night
time
over
is it?
here,
You know?
Dad was acting like he was sleeping on the couch. But
And
he
what
was-
do you do?
But he was looking at his phone on the camera. I could tell
7:43.
the camera thing.
All right, we got at least we at least got 17 minutes left. We good and early. The technical team came through for us. We got a hell of a technical team.
Checking is crazy.
Next week we're going 3D.
Tyson wants his shout out. I'm sitting.
You said,
Scott Niswanger,
Damn, I want
Looking like Coach Calipari.
too. I kind of like
Janet
Coach
Wilson in the
Calipari.
building.
There's another one.
I know, I saw that. But I think I like the rocking chair.
Yeah, there's another rocking chair.
It is. Maybe it's right
There's two of them. One time when it was like him, Dre, two other friends,
here. What was they doing?
they was watching the game, the two rocking chairs out here.
Mm.
There was like five of them.
Hey, since we 15 minutes early, I want you to do a commercial or something for us. Go get
I just
some washing powder or something.
What? You're a Gatorade.
commercial.
I mean, can you do a quick commercial?
Write the script real fast.
Sponsored by Gatorade.
There you go, there you go, there you go. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm under the weather. I made money to take the fan off me.
Oh, really? You ain't got no COVID, dude.
Don't start that. Don't start that COVID. I got a question though, for real.
What's your question?
If you diagnosed with COVID
Uh-huh.
and you get over it, can you get it again?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
Oh man.
But they say because you build up the antibodies in your system,
Yeah.
that it won't be as severe. Yeah.
I learn something new every day.
And you know what? People can sell their antibodies going to the plasma center. You can make $200 every time you donate.
On my way to the plasma center.
No, I'm saying. No.
James McHenry, what's up?
Hold on. Chuck, are you serious?
Yeah, I'm live.
Get on there.
He already did a commercial for Sprite.
Say something to it, Chuck. Get on there.
Oh God, I'm here.
All I need to know right now is what kind of grades you made.
Well,
And what you think?
I got 100 on my social studies test.
well.
I'm
work
telling you
out,
right now,
young
Phil
man,
Mundy
work out.
never got 100 in 4 years of high school. Never 100. So you way ahead of him. I promise you that.
I only have a C in reading.
You gonna have to
I
bring
see in
that
what?
up. Reading.
Oh, we got to raise that up.
Yeah.
We got to raise that
Because
up.
the words is
math?
everything.
What's your math? A.
Hey,
Work
I need you working for me. What you think about this virtual schooling?
It's alright.
I love it.
You love it?
Yes, I love it.
You rather do that than
No, because I like the interaction with kids, you know.
I like the hands-on activity.
But it's easy. It's flexible.
right? Virginia Mary in the house. Gerald Davis, David Johnson. We got some politicians in the building.
David Johnson.
Are you gonna act like you don't know who one of the city commissioners were? I mean, come on, Rhonda.
I'm just messing with you, Chucky.
Chucky is wrong.
Holly
Y'all
O'Brien.
got an audience built up.
Holly O'Brien, where you at?
Come on, people. You did yours.
Okay.
Tell everybody. Keep it up.
All right, we got our commercial in. Alberta Taylor, you sure are cute.
Ah, yo, mama. Can I use the
I
bathroom?
mean, Monday. That's why I got so handsome. What's the weather like in Florida, Holly O'Brien? What's the weather like? 80 degrees, 35% chance of precipitation. I mean, we looking at Anthony Davis. All you NBA fans, you have no choice but to acknowledge the University of Kentucky running the NBA. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I ain't seen nothing like it.
Big Blue Nation.
I mean, Big Blue Nation is taking over the NBA. I mean, even the bench warmers at Kentucky are stars in the NBA. Janet Wilson Hall, I love you to death, but if you don't put an IE on the back of Chuck, we gonna have a problem. Mika Blevins, Monday.
Uh-oh.
The line just got cuter. It just got cuter. He the Lakers tonight. Webb said he the Lakers. First game. You know the Lakers have lost the first game of the last two series.
You need something to wipe your hands?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Miami, they hot.
They win the first one?
I think they're going to win the first one.
Monday said Miami wins the first game of the series. What's Bam? Bam can't do that with AD. Bam? Not against AD. He can't do that.
He going to show up. He going to show up.
I love you too, Mika Blevins. Andrew Robbins in the building.
My dog.
That's your dog?
That's my dog.
Webb said he agrees with you. If both of y'all agree on something, it's guaranteed to be a problem.
What's that? Whatever you want.
We getting some inside info on the game right here. Vicky Hall, bedroom bullies vice president.
I have 3 girls. I have 4 kids. Yes, Victoria. Yeah, that's my baby girl.
Webb, I think we ought to bring you on next week. Show somebody the proper way to shoot a free throw.
I have 11 grandkids. 11 grandkids.
Money, I need to know how to delete somebody off here in case they get out of hand.
Well, we'll just call them out. How about that?
Yeah. Just call them out.
David Adams in the building, Mechanicsville in the house.
We'll feed off each other. We'll
Okay.
see.
Chuck didn't tell me nothing.
We don't
Me and
practice,
Chuck
man.
go
This was
way
special
back.
about
I know
us.
it.
We don't do no practicing. It's raw. It's right here. We don't. We rehearsing.
You got it made now.
We don't rehearse.
You
We
got
don't
it made.
rehearse.
You got it made now, don't you, Chuck?
Yeah, I got it made down. Yeah, my arms were shaking the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
After about 45 minutes of holding the camera.
We didn't have the. We didn't
Oh,
have
the tripod.
I mean, I was up here like this. I said, man, come on, man. This
You know
is
what that
ridiculous.
means? You need to go work
Chuck,
out.
I need to
what I
work
look
out.
like in the. What I look like in the seat, Chuck?
What?
Do you think we
It-
need to have the same height seats?
Now, Ron, don't start that
Okay, I'm
NAACP
not.
stuff. Don't start that.
What I look like right here, Chuck?
No, I like.
You look like you grade
You
side
like
with
the
Indiana
rock-
State.
Yeah.
You like the rocking chair?
I like the rocking chair, but
You
if
like? If you like, sit in the rocking chair. Let me see.
I like the rocking chair, but if we want to have the same
Is it-
size seats, I want to have
Okay.
that seat. Not unless
You
got
look
another
good,
rocking
Adams. You
chair.
look good.
What? Are we both in the frame, Chuck?
Y'all both in the frame.
Look good.
Y'all look like the first runner-up. Clarice Harris, what's up?
What'd you say? The first runner up.
Oh, yeah. Money, when you in the Mr. Black Expo back in 1978. John Parr, what's up? Clarice Harris, I ain't seen you in a minute. You know that they deleted my one Facebook. I might have lost you. I might have to add you back.
Don't knock the thing.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
Give me a bottle of water.
David Adams said put you in the rocking Monday. David Adams said
Please.
you need to be in the rocking chair.
Who?
David Adams.
Said he needs to be in the rocking chair.
Yeah, said Monday got bad knees and everything. Jeff Merritt, Apollo Sensation. First team all third region, what's up?
See, he just loud for no reason.
If you don't call Jeff, what's his name? Withrow? No, Keith Withrow. What was it? I remember Withrow. I forgot his first name.
Thank you.
If somebody would like to order us a Pizzo's Pizza while we wait,
Ooh.
we would surely appreciate it.
Wow, that would be love.
Keith Withrow? Oh, yeah, Keith Withrow. Paulo legend. Don't do that, David Adams. I got my boy. Lawrence Jefferson in the building. Robbie Dole, what's up? Fam, what you doing calling me and you know I'm on live? I got the boss from Club T off with on the line. What's up? What's yelling? What you doing? Yeah, we starting off at 8 o'clock, but we on early. We had to let them know this is racism tonight, and we got to do something different. We can't be late to everything. Yeah, what you doing? Oh, okay. All right, I'll do that. I'll give you a call. What time you want to bed? Okay. All right, I'll try to call you. If not, I'll be here tomorrow, so you know. I got something. I got him on Facebook. Okay. All right, I'll get with you. All right. Dave, they just call me like I ain't live. They know I'm live. Call me anyway. They don't care. We're going to have some rules and regulations tonight. We don't give a damn about no NBA finals. They're going to play 7 times. Jonathan Adams, we don't care. We should have went against Trump last night.
You got a brother too, don't you? And I'm Mars.
No, I'm not Candy.
You're not Candy? Okay. Rhonda.
Yeah, Randolph is my married name. My ex-husband's from Ohio. He's not from Ohio.
Samantha Williams, what's up?
Rhonda and Randolph.
What year did you graduate?
86.
You graduated the same year as my brother Travis.
Yeah.
I'm not following any rules tonight. I mean, if I need to reach through this camera and slap somebody will get slapped tonight.
Yeah. 4 years.
4 years?
That's right. You right. You right. Jenny Wilson Hall, you right. I got to watch my language. You got the reverend in the house. I got to watch what I say. You right. Buddy, you got to get away from me. You smell like brute. Carla Bernice, what's up?
Oh, hi, Carla.
I like Carla.
I love you, Carla.
Come and get money, David Adams. He smelling like brute. He just shaved. He think he's cute. Come get him.
Is it 8 o'clock?
Anita Johnson, what's up?
4 minutes.
4 minutes? Well, we don't get started at 8 o'clock no way. We gotta get our numbers up first. They don't check in.
How long you gonna stay?
We don't need that money. What do you think we... See, that's what happens when we got somebody that comes out, interrupts our schedule.
I just want to know how, if she had anywhere to go. I'm sorry.
Well, she ain't gonna be here no longer than 30, 40 minutes. I mean,
I'm just asking. I'm trying to.
Be courteous.
I think you better get under pressure, buddy.
Because she said she was doing something when we called her.
Well,
we got the NAACP president. Who was the former?
I think this is a good idea.
Who was the former NAACP president?
Before me?
Yeah.
Evan Taylor.
Evan Taylor, okay.
The attorney.
Yeah.
And then before Evan, it was Michael Walker.
Oh, yeah,
Before
okay.
Michael Walker, it was
Kenny
Riley.
Riley, I know Riley got to be on here tonight. There's no question.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really start tuning in to 8 o'clock. But we got 19 people early. Hey, we appreciate y'all coming out early. Trust me, we appreciate you. We got to get on some serious topics. There's some things out here that need to be discussed.
Yes, it does.
Dwayne Boyd, what's happening? How long have you been president? Mandy, you already starting questions off and we ain't even at 8 o'clock.
Who is asking that?
Mandy Roby.
Tell her wait.
Yeah, you got to wait for that information, Mandy. It's too early. Wait a minute, I need to, before, do I hit this twice to get to me?
Yeah. Bam, bam.
Bam, bam.
What's up? What's up, people? What? Wait a minute, I look cute in red, man. I look cute in red. Red, black, Orangeburg Red Devils in the building. What's up? Dwayne Boyd, what's happening? I gotta get a little camera time, a little bit. We bring out the tripod for the first time. Last 2 episodes, I was shaking after about 45 minutes of holding the camera. We good now. We good. All right, I think it's just 8 o'clock now. Ain't it?
Okay. We got like 1 or 2 minutes.
Boys look like Olin Mills, man. Boys look like Olin Mills back in the 80s.
He's stupid.
Oh.
Adams, if you don't hear them call Jeanette and Shirley and get them on here, we trying to look at some numbers tonight. We're 25 people at 7:59. You know that's good. You know that's really good for Carl Brewer in the building. West Kentucky Hilltopper. You don't know nothing about that. It's Hilltopper. It's Hilltopper.
Okay.
You have to go to at
that's
least.
where I graduated from.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but you got to at least go to one step show to understand who Carl Brewer is. He's a different kind of beast, trust me.
He's a different kind of beast.
Yeah, he's a different kind of beast.
Rondo and Randolph. Okay.
Yeah, we ain't going to y'all yet. This is early.
He says too early.
Nancy Williams, what's up? Lanita Wilson, do you keep leaving the line? We don't want you leaving. We need you to stay here. Reggie Monday, Monday's on time tonight. Brother's on time tonight.
That's
But I'm
fine.
gonna ask you, can you explain it?
Bro, what's up?
You know, things like that.
Okay.
You coming in for homecoming? Hilltoppers?
Just ask. I'm ready. People ask me this kind of stuff all the time.
I mean, I will come to Louisville. If they ever start protesting and breaking in businesses, I will make a trip to Louisville and get at least 5 plasma TVs. I have no problem saying it. Oh, Dad, what's up?
Chuck, don't click it. It's that time.
That ain't that time. We got 2:32 Monday. Just
come on. We
Monday.
didn't,
Listen, Monday.
we didn't discuss that, Chuck.
It's 32 people Monday. We
Okay.
ain't never started with under 50.
We gotta go, Chuck. We gotta go. We got a lot to discuss.
So
We
they
got-
just have to
They
miss.
gonna have to.
Yeah, call people.
All right, I'm ready to hit it. All right, y'all look good. I mean, y'all look like Michelle and Barack. I'm telling you, look good. Nikita Calhoun, what's up? All right, wait a minute, hold on. You ain't in the, you gotta do something, Monday. You off to the side or something. No, you ain't gotta do nothing, Monday.
You ain't gotta do
All you
nothing.
gotta do is sit there.
All
Take-
right.
I mean, that's a hell of a picture right there.
Technical.
India Johnson, what's up? Ain't you supposed to be working tonight? 3rd shift. Andrew Robbins, what's up? Carl Brewer, when the vaccine is safe and everybody got there is when I'm coming to Kentucky. I got you. All right, we got a lot of topics tonight. We don't know if we want to go with overt racism, institutional racism. We got all kind of stuff we could go with. But something we're going to do different tonight is we really going to be interacting with people individually. Because we want you to share your stories. We want to see, we got Rondalyn, NAACP president. Oh, wait, how long has it been, Rhonda?
It's been 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
4 years, NAACP president, and she's going to be able to answer some stuff that I don't know anything about. She's gonna be able to come to you from a legal standpoint. All I know how to do is to get out of hand and slap you. And I don't really want to slap you. So we're gonna try to handle this professionally. Zinda Acton, what's up? Jimmy Burrows in the house. We looking good. I'll tell you what, let's start it off. Where we at? We have 39 people right now.
Get it going, Sean.
I don't like going. Going against Buddy.
Take the lead. Take the lead. They're going to catch it on the rebound.
They're going to catch it on the rebound.
They got to.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I got a simple question to start this off.
Okay.
A simple question, because I see it a lot of times posted on Facebook of how racism has gotten worse.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that it has gotten worse, or do you just believe that it's being taped where we see it now?
I believe racism has been magnified because of technology and social media. But I want to lay a foundation to my perspective about race. Race is a made-up social construct that was devised to keep people in a class system. We are one race, and that is the human race. And we are divided by our ethnicity and by our geographical regions that we derive from. But we all come from one place, one man, one woman in Africa.
And I love you. That's why we got you here. I didn't just pick you out of the blue.
Yeah, that's the groundwork that I want to lay, because people need to understand the perspective that I come from. And because I am a minister too, I have a biblical worldview.
Right.
And, although I believe, in science, but I believe that I'm created in the image of God. I didn't come from no apes or nothing like that. So, laying the foundation from my perspective and my view on the world is important so that you can understand why I may answer some of the questions the way that I do. So the prevalence of racism in our society today, it's always been there. I remember when I was a little girl, we were going down to Coffeyville, Alabama, because that's where my family has land.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of my family comes from. And this was back in the early 80s. We could not drive going down through that way at night. We had to leave by a certain time. Otherwise, we're going to have to pull off and make sure we get to a stop where we're at a place where we know people.
Right,
and stay all night and then head out again through the day. So it's always been precautions taken by blacks to protect themselves, because racism has always been there, But racism is a social construct, and it's more prevalent because it's not more prevalent, we just see it more because of social media.
Is everybody having an easy time hearing Rondalyn? Just checking the sound before we go any further.
Well, I got a question. Can black people be racist?
No, and let me explain the definition of racism. Racism involves power, and as it stands, black people as a minority group don't hold enough power to be racist, because you have to be able to take your prejudice. Now, black people can be prejudiced, and there's a difference between racism and being prejudiced. We all have our prejudices, but you have to have the power to influence and control and alter somebody's life in order to be racist. We don't hold enough power to alter white people as a group, or Mexican people or Hispanic people as a group, to affect and change and have detrimental consequences to their everyday lives. So no, black people cannot be prejudiced in accordance to the definition of be racist, in accordance to what the definition of racist is. But we can be prejudiced.
Exactly, and I agree. We only are black people are 6% of the population in Owensboro, Kentucky.
Yeah.
What is 6% of people? What power do you think 6% of the people are going to have to do anything racist? And I don't understand why people always holler about this reverse racism when I don't think they have a clear definition of what racism is.
It's a figment of their imagination to try to flip the script and blame someone else. Because affirmative action, when it was implemented, was meant to kind of even the playing field, because there were so many obstacles and hurdles put in place that kept black people in a class system that was meant to keep us below others. Remember, racism is a social construct in order to strengthen a class system that was created here in the United States. And it doesn't mean that we all don't have opportunity. We all have opportunity, but we all don't start from the same place.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Let me ask you this. What do you think about these, I don't even know what to describe them, as far as like the statues and things being taken down, things being changed.
Confederate flags.
Yeah. Do you think those things are wins? Because I'm not really interested in anything that is not helping us economically.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember, racism was created to support a social construct of classism, to keep people in their place. You got to look at institutionalized racism in all of its forms and how it was constructed to emphasize to the people to stay in their place. Because that's the whole point of having a class system, is to make sure that certain people are on the bottom and certain people are on the top. So when the statues were erected, they were symbols, overt symbols to blacks and to other minority groups to know your place. To know your place. Now there are some people that say, and that do look at it as honoring their heritage. My ex-husband had, his battle buddy was from Arkansas, and behind his table in his dining room, he had a big Confederate flag on his wall. But they were both in Afghanistan together. We both, we were friends. We had our kids at the same time. And I looked at that as being part of his culture because he wasn't racist. Now, those that look at it that way have one view. But then you got the others that have hijacked that.
Right.
And like over in Germany, they can get fined if they use the swastika or Nazi memorabilia in public, or to dehumanize another person or intimidate another person. So what do they use all the way over in Germany to show that they're racist? Confederate flags and Confederate memorabilia.
Okay.
So it is used as a form of intimidation and to further perpetuate the ideology. Because before you get financial access of equity and equality, you got to deconstruct the ideology. And the Confederate statues and memorabilia is all a support of white supremacist ideology. So the reason why I personally wanted to attack that first is to show the public, hey, look, we're not going for this anymore. It's like we're here. And a lot of people don't understand that when you have a plan, you got to have a plan whenever you are fighting against false ideologies or faulty ideologies or ideologies that are meant to subjugate people. So you have to have a plan, because the way that they've done it, you got to speak their language, in other words. So if we're out here marching, but you don't have a plan on the back end to get this financial access, then all you're doing is marching and making your voice heard, which is good and it serves a purpose. But you're going to have a plan in place in order to make some change. And I think that's where we as a community fall short and where we lack.
Yes, because, I got in this argument, this debate, right before the George Floyd incident, when I made a comment about us marching just to be marching.
Yeah, people tired of marching.
Yeah, we'll march. Yeah, we'll march and then go home, and 3 weeks later we're on another case.
Doing the same thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people are tired of. That's why somebody, I think it was Luatis McNeil, he used to be at the community college here, and he's moved back to Arkansas. But he had on his picture on Facebook, he said, that black folks is tired. We're tired of marching.
Been tired.
Yeah. So that means, okay, you tired of marching, then what you gonna do?
So
You
what
know,
do we what do we do?
You come
What
like
do we
I-
do? If we tired of marching, and talking to the mayor and the police chief, and then 3 weeks later, a month later, it goes back to the same thing over and over and over.
You know, one word we haven't mentioned is change. What have we done to devise a plan, to implement that plan, and make substantial change in our community that's going to give us access? What have we done?
Well, see, and that,
Nothing.
but see, I got a problem. I got a problem with you. You talk about the systematic racism.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's the only way you're going to be able to change. As long as things stay the same,
Mm-hmm.
with the CEOs all the way down to the supervisors being the same color, then how does anything change? How do you go about getting people to be the CEOs, the vice president, the president,
The police.
the police? You know, how do you change that?
You have, like I said, you got to have a plan. So that means when you go in to talk to the mayor, or when you go in and you talk to these different companies, you're going to have your facts together and call them out on where they're lacking. So if you're going in there and you're telling them what you don't like, but you're not providing any solutions to what you don't like, then they're going to look at you because they like things just the way that they are, because they're okay.
Yes.
We're the ones that want things to change, but what we got to do is make a proposition where it's going to be appealing for the whole community. And if we can make it appealing for the whole community, then everybody will buy into what's going to make the change more effective for everybody. And you got to have numbers, you got to have statistics. You know, Drayson is really good on, you know, crunching those numbers and posting them and stuff. So he's making the information available to people. Now the next step is, what is your plan when you have this information? What is your plan to make things better for everyone? So I think if we can pull all of our resources, like he's good at numbers, somebody else might be good at organizing, someone else might be good at talking. We might be in 3 different organizations, but if we come together and if we work together, we can come up with some good plans that they're going to have to listen to.
Well, let me ask you this. I don't know if you're familiar about the NFL. They got a Rooney Rule. The Rooney Rule says before you hire any coach, you have to interview a black candidate. See, I don't like that. I don't like that because, see, I think it's another chance to, okay, we're gonna do what we gotta do. We're gonna get the black guy in here. We're gonna talk to him, but we really gonna hire this white coach over here because that's what we want. What do you think about a rule like? I personally think the Rooney Rule. I think it sucks. I really do, because it's not the NFL. We can play in the NFL, but we can't coach. We don't get no head coaching jobs, you know. And then when we do get head coaching jobs, we gotta win right away. And we don't get those second and third chances like some of these other coaches
You have to be
get.
exceptional.
Yeah, you got to be exceptional. What do you think about that?
But that's how it is in our walks of life. That's like the NFL's form of affirmative action. And the reason why things like that are put into place is because for so many years we were even blocked out of having access. So I understand on one hand where you say it's just like they're just checking the box off to say that at least we gave them a chance. But until we come up with, remember, we got to have a plan. Until something else is put into place, I would rather take what they got, because at least it is something.
What do you mean take what they got?
If it's the Rooney Rule or whatever it's called.
It's a start. It's a
Yeah,
start.
But see, I disagree. I disagree with it, that it's a start, because it's not, to me, it's not a start. If you can do the job, you should be able to do the job. How do you change the mindset? You know, I don't think we have any NFL owners.
That's the start.
You know, you can count on one or two fingers how many NFL black coaches that we have, and they have to be exceptional. But when you say it's a start, I'm tired of it having to be a start. Some of these coaches get fired, and then a week later they got another job.
Yes.
But Monday, you know as well as I do that you are impatient.
I'm sick of it.
Well, I mean,
I'm sick of it.
It's better than what was before, don't you think?
Hey, we got a legitimate.
I've been on this earth 52 years, and I'm sick and tired of we always got to be exceptional, or we always got to do this and do that. I'm tired of it.
Okay, Carl Brewer makes a great point.
Okay.
He says recycling black money is a starting point.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we got to do.
Because how many times does a dollar change hand within the black community before it leaves?
Exactly.
How many times? Once. One time. You got one go around, and then we're giving money away to someone else. But what do we have within our community, meaning Owensboro, that we can support to make sure that we are uplifting each other? See, that's called self-accountability.
Yes.
A lot of times we don't want to be accountable to ourselves for some of the things that we can change within our community before we go and ask somebody else for something. Why does someone else have to give us? I think sometimes we're going to have to fix our own stuff and own up to our own mess before we go out asking for somebody else. Because I have people that send me job openings and job listings, but it hurts my heart when I can't find people qualified to take those jobs.
Exactly.
Because either they got a record, and I'm not downing nobody that's got a record. I'm looking at the qualifications to fill these jobs. Or they can't pass a drug test, or they don't have the education. We got to keep it real. We got some accountability within our own community where we got to face ourselves for what we're doing to ourselves that snatch away those chances that we could have. Because I believe in creating your own platform. If somebody don't open the door for you, you make your own door. You make your own. You don't have to beg nobody for nothing. You look at what you got, the gifts and talents that you got on the inside of you. You make the changes that are necessary, that needs to be made for you to advance yourself. It's some things that we can do for ourselves before we go asking anybody for anything else.
And I believe that, okay, of course, we should be voting.
Yes.
But if we are sitting around waiting for the vote in November to change our circumstances, we are living in a state of denial. We have to fix our own.
Yeah.
We can't expect somebody else in the White House to fix our problems.
Yeah.
We can't even, when we have just regular dialogue, we can't even talk to each other. We talk at each other.
Yeah.
It's like a contest. It's like a war. It's like we're not on the same team. Mm-hmm. And as long as we keep doing that, we will be fighting from the bottom.
Yeah.
And I don't care what president it is. I don't care about your political affiliation. Mm-hmm. If it is up to us to fix the problem. And with 6% of black people in this city and us not being united, we have no way of getting anywhere.
Yeah.
I got Mandy Roby.
Hey, Mandy.
I said Black Lives Matter. Mandy Roby. You don't know Mandy Roby, Mandy?
No.
Mandy Roby, this is no joke. Mandy Roby is blacker than me, you, and Rhonda.
I doubt that.
Yeah, no, she's blacker than all three of us.
I doubt
I'm telling you right now. And there's a clear misunderstanding with this Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. I don't know where all this negative energy comes from, but Black Lives Matter, it says everything that needs to be said in the title.
Period. Yeah.
You can get and start hiding behind who started it and what their intent was if you want to. But when it's all said and done, I'm going to look you dead in your face and I'm going to ask you, does Black Lives Matter?
Period.
And if the first thing out of your mouth is all lives matter, we have a problem. because we wouldn't be saying it if everybody was dying unarmed.
Yeah.
If everybody was being shot on the side of the road during a traffic violation, we wouldn't be talking about Black Lives Matter.
Right.
You know,
So quit playing with us.
I've talked to a few people trying to explain this Black Lives Matter, and obviously you probably know more about the Bible than I do.
She does.
Thank you.
She does, Monday.
Thank you. But I know enough, and the way I try to explain it to people about Black Lives Matter is I talk about the 100 sheep and the one that goes missing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I like it, Monday.
I love it. I love it.
Let's go. He's using the word.
So what I'm saying is, I try, and then when you say it to them, they're like, oh, okay, I counsel. Yes, we're not saying that the 99 doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But he's
talking about the one.
He's not the one's missing.
Yeah.
Let's go find him. The 99 can take care of one another right now.
Yeah.
Explain that to him.
Yeah. I think it is a perfect example of showing that we're all in this together. We're going to sink or swim together. And I think piggybacking on what you said and bringing in the COVID-19 into the mix, I think COVID has magnified the problem of how selfish we are as a country.
Yes.
And how when you can politicize something as simple as wearing a mask, knowing how detrimental it is to people with underlying health conditions and those who have compromised immune systems, but yet and still, your first response is to holler about my rights are being violated, when all it is being concerned about your brother or your sister, someone that is within your vicinity. It's that simple.
Someone else's safety.
Yeah, someone else's safety and their well-being. But we are so selfish as a society that we don't even want to consider other people. And it's the same thing with the Black Lives Matter thing. That's why it's really two pandemics taking place at the same time. And then you got people who know the word, who go to church, who say that they're Christians, and they still can't grasp the concept because maybe the way they have been culturally raised, or maybe the way that they have been taught, is conflicting with what the Word of God says. And that's where we have cognitive dissonance sets in, because you want to justify your wrong actions, and you'll find ways and studies and statistics to justify your wrong actions, even when it goes against the Bible.
Preach.
I don't understand that.
So we're going to talk about these Christians? We're going to talk about the Christians?
Oh, yeah.
Monday, that's part 3.
Not the Christians.
That's part 3, Monday.
Not the Christians being racism. Not the Christians.
Well, you know what? That's contradictory, because you can't be a racist and be a Christian, because you're going to bust hell wide open.
Oh, my goodness. Not these Christians.
You cannot do that.
Oh,
you can't
my
do that,
goodness.
because God says love everybody.
But you know what? It ain't like that.
What? Yeah.
They go to church and they pray.
Hold on, that's the first mistake. They go to church. People forget that you are the church.
Oh my goodness.
We are the church.
Oh my goodness.
The body.
Oh
we are
my
the temple
goodness.
of God.
Man.
So when you're saying that you hate your brother or sister because of the color of their skin, you're saying that you hate a piece of God.
Oh
the
my.
glory of God is
my
us.
goodness.
You know
I
what
can't
I'm
lose
saying?
it. I can't lose the night.
glory of God
I
is
can't
us.
lose the night. I got Rosalind in her. She's praying for me. She's praying for me. Lord knows Thrill needs some prayer. Say a prayer for Thrill. Will you please say a prayer for Thrill?
Monday, I got a question.
What's that?
We got the Reverend in here.
Uh-oh.
It's time for me and you to go to church. We're going Sunday. We're going Sunday.
Oh my goodness. Where we going, Chuck? Where we going? What church we going to?
I don't
No,
know.
none of the church is you.
I might have to follow Mama. I might have to follow Mama. Yeah. I might have to go on that little Mama.
Okay.
The church is the people.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, can you go to church in a sweatsuit? I need to know right now. Do you have to be dressed up? Do you have to be dressed up? Do you have to have plenty of
You
money?
come as you are, as long as you ain't just real, you know.
I just need to know if it's a dress code. If it's a dress code, it's a joke.
No, we're not caught up into all that. Now I like to dress up because that's what I like to do. That's protocol for me, But that's not everybody. I do me, you do you. As long as you worshiping, what's the difference?
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's move on to something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with all these recordings
Mm-hmm.
of unarmed black people being killed,
Mm-hmm.
the thing that bothers me is the people that see it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's in your face. It's broad daylight.
Yeah.
It's millions of people on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and you still come up with an excuse to blame the victim. One time it's the criminal background.
Pitiful.
The next time they was dealing with a dope dealer.
Pitiful.
It has to be a time where you have to look and say, we really don't care what their background is. These people are being murdered in cold blood.
Right.
And there has to be something wrong with you seeing it and coming up with an excuse to validate it.
Mm-hmm. We have a problem with devaluing human life in this country. My personal belief is that I value all life. I'm pro-life. I believe in bringing children into the world. I kept all my kids.
Right.
I'm not downing nobody that, makes another choice. But this is me. This is my personal belief. And those that make another choice will have to answer to their God for that. But I believe in our life. But we have an issue with, we want to pick and choose when life is valuable. We want to pick and choose when a little black boy is cute, and then it gets to a certain point where he's a threat.
Yes.
We want to value life and convince that teenage girl to keep her child, but you're not giving her skills to be a good mother, or giving her the education or a job opportunity that will pay a living wage to take care of their kids. So when it comes to people turning a blind eye to stuff like that, they're desensitized because they don't have a value of human life. Remember, we're in a class system, and there are hierarchies of value to an individual's life. You got it classified by race or ethnicity, and you have it classified by how much money you make, by where you live, by geographical region within our country. There is a price tag on each life, and it's not the same. It's not valued the same. That's why people can do that, Chuck.
I have a very good question from Andrew Robbins.
All right.
And it has to do with the Breonna Taylor case.
Okay.
And his question is, if you side with the police and think they were within their rights, does that make you racist?
Okay. In this situation, both were right. And the reason why I said that is because they did not break the law in getting the warrant, one. But they did not have a right to execute it the way that they did.
No doubt.
So what we as a people need to do is work to change the laws that are unjust, that gives validity or gives access to these officers or whoever it is to kill people and do it in a legal way.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's where we are now in the case, and they put more value on the walls of her neighbors than on her life being lost.
Well, do you think they broke the law by getting the warrant?
Well, that goes back to what they did, the surveillance and stuff that they did to collect the evidence to justify the warrant. I think that they did have the evidence, but they executed the warrant wrong. When I looked at the case, my son, he's a pack rat. He likes to read different things, and he forwarded me the warrant. And what the evidence that they used to substantiate them getting the warrant. And they did have the evidence because her ex-boyfriend was selling dope.
Right.
But does it mean that she had to lose her life because she was affiliated with somebody that was selling drugs?
Right.
She wasn't selling the drugs.
Yeah.
She was going with somebody that was, but she wasn't selling the drugs. Did she benefit? I don't know. But did they have a right to kick that girl's door in and, shoot her in her home, knowing that that man was not there, who they were looking for?
Right.
Do you know? Hey, that's a good question, Andrew Luck. Do you know?
But I don't think it makes you racist. No, I think we have to. I'm sorry for cutting you off,
right.
but I think we got to look at things objectively. Remember, we got to be accountable for ourselves and the parts that we play in situations that make us compromise. She didn't deserve to lose her life, but when you're dealing with people that live like that, you open yourself up to all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think you know enough about that case to know if she had a front and a back door? The
No,
reason
she
why
didn't.
the reason why I asked if she had a front or back door,
Check.
when they go to these places, they surround the building.
Yeah.
Well, if she had one door, there was no reason for them to go in her with that type of force like that. But you had to know that when they gave them a $12 million settlement
They had lied.
and they started boarding up buildings and stuff like that. Well, they leaked that evidence. What do you think about that? When they started boarding up their stuff because somebody told somebody and they started boarding up walls, why would they leak that evidence like that?
Well, whenever you're dealing with cases like this that are high profile, especially since they were marching and rioting and stuff, you have to take precautionary measures to protect the general public. Yes, they did know ahead of time what Cameron was going to do. They knew. That's why they started boarding it up. That's why they put the barriers and stuff up. That's why he initiated the curfew. I mean, that's why.
But you knew something bad was going to happen in the favor. You knew something in the favor of the cops was going to happen.
Because it wasn't right that they didn't address her death.
Yeah.
They addressed the destruction of property before they addressed her death.
Yeah.
That's wrong on all levels.
Yeah.
But Cameron's in the pocket of
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, because he's married to his granddaughter.
Donald Trump.
And then he's got an endorsement from the FOP. So he's going to side with the cops because that's his bread and butter. He's not looking at right and wrong.
Right.
And within the blue community, the police officer community, you got a lot of them that don't feel that it was done right.
And you know what? And I want to say this. I think I can speak for all of us. I don't condone violence, burning up buildings, and I don't condone it, but I certainly do understand it. I don't condone it, but I do understand some of the things that these people are going through.
I got a question.
Martin Luther King that said riots are the voices of those that are not heard. So the reason why the riots are taking place is because people are not heard. Because you got laws that are passed like this that put people in danger. That's why it's important to vote. Because the people you put in office, they draft these bills, they pass them as laws, and the officers can implement them in your community. So if you don't like what's going on, you need to be a part of the change. Get involved in the political process because everything's about politics.
Okay, I got a question. All right, we're talking about some of the most famous cases, but I want to get a little bit around this area.
Okay.
We had an incident in Owensboro, Kentucky, involving a girl by the name of Brianna Greer, who wore a Black Lives Matter shirt.
No, it wasn't a shirt. That's a misquote.
Okay, what was it?
It was a mask.
It was a mask. Okay, it was a mask. And she wore it at work, right?
Yes.
And I guess she got some backlash from some customers.
Yes.
And what I mean, what action should she be taking to address the situation?
She already took action. You know, what I like about Brianna Greer, remember when I said you got to create your own platform, you got to make your own way? She is a young lady that is smart, and she is a young lady that knows how to make her own moves. So when the incident happened, she did call the NAACP. I gave her a complaint application, and I said, if you want to file this, you can. I said, but won't you first, remember, you got to have a plan. Since Cracker Barrel is a national company, you work within the company because they're not going to want any negative attention.
Right.
They're not going to, they have a uniform non-discrimination that's going to be across the board, no matter where the company is, no matter where the restaurant is located in the United States. And she did just that. She called corporate headquarters. She got policy changed within Cracker Barrel because she said, it's not about me, but what if someone else wants to wear a Black Lives Matter mask? They should have the support of their supervisors. So
Absolutely.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
when she reported it back to me that she had taken care of the situation, as far as I know, she was fine with the results that she got. And it wasn't a case that we had to take. And furthermore, she didn't ask for it because she was satisfied with the results that she got.
Okay.
Chuck, let me say this for a second too. I want to tell you a little story that happened to me. The first time I ever dealt with racism, didn't know nothing about racism. All I was a kid.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on, buddy, wait. Brianna Greer is on here.
Yeah, okay.
And she put Black Lives Matter.
Outstanding.
All right, this is her comment. Black Lives Matter masks can be worn at any location, anywhere in the United States now.
Good
Now,
deal.
it's because of the work that she did
Yeah,
for herself.
outstanding.
We got to learn how to
Yeah.
advocate for ourselves.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Yes, she did that for herself.
We love you, Brianna Greer, and all them family members you got. Those are my people too, Brianna
Yeah.
Greer.
She can work. She works out.
So let me finish this, Chuck.
All right.
I was a 13-year-old boy in Somerset, Kentucky. You know, just playing baseball. That's what I love the most. And we played this team by the name of Floyd County.
Okay.
And we had ran into him earlier in the restaurant. And then of course we ended up playing them at the ballpark. And I mean, for the life of me, I could not understand. Parents was calling me at 13 years old the N-word.
I believe it.
Parents was calling me
13 years old.
13 years old. And I reached out to my coach at the time and his son, Garrett and Curtis Carter. And they remembered it like yesterday. And one of the coolest things in the world for me, because I didn't understand racism. And to this day, as of right now, I never told my dad about this.
Really?
Don't tell Phil Senior. Buddy, please don't tell Phil Senior. Somebody gonna get hurt.
If my dad ever gets to look at this is the first time he'll be hearing it. I never told my dad what happened to me in Somerset, Kentucky.
That's
because Coach Watson and Coach Curtis Carter, they dealt with it. I mean, I end up getting like the game winning hit.
What?
And Coach Watson and Coach Carter, they went to those fans and they said, this black guy just kicked y'all's ass. And it was the coolest thing. It was the coolest thing in the world for a 13-year-old kid like me to see. 'Cause I didn't understand it.
And the coach was white?
The coach was white.
Yeah.
Let me say something, man. Let me say something right now.
Excuse me.
White people, this is a message for you. We love white people that sit back, gather the information, and ride with us.
Right.
Trust me,
Right.
you don't have any idea. We see you. Robbie Webb, Mandy Roby.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Angela Cooney. I watch everything.
Because you know what, Chucky? It's about right and wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, right
Yeah,
about
that's
this.
all
Uncle
it
White.
is.
That's all
Yeah.
it is.
You
It's
know
about
it's
what's
wrong.
right and wrong.
So I want to say to Coach Watson, and I want to say to Coach Curtis Carter, I want to say thank you for what you did to me, and I will always be grateful for you sticking up for me. I mean, cause a 13-year-old kid, all I'm doing is trying to help my team win.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Right.
anybody that's having a lot of racist views, and if you don't think you're racist, this is a couple things you need to check out. Anytime there is a black and white situation, and you take the white situation every single time, I'm telling you, you are being biased.
Yeah.
You can't take it every single time. You mean to tell me that I can't turn on the TV and watch a black officer with his knee in the neck of a white person on the ground and not know it's wrong?
Right.
You think I'm gonna be worried about the white man's criminal background?
Right.
You're
Yeah.
dying
Yeah.
in cold blood,
Yeah.
and we shouldn't have to defend that.
Right.
And we're not gonna defend it.
Right.
And we're through marching.
Right. We
So-
tired.
Do what you want to do.
But you know what, Chucky? That's something else that we ain't even covered. And that's implicit bias. And that's people that have been groomed or taught a certain way, and they have prejudices and racist actions that they're not even aware of because it's wired into your brain. And it's been studies that have demonstrated, like, I was just at an implicit bias training, and they did a study of preschool kids and preschool teachers. Now, this is preschool, meaning 3 and 4 years old. They told and this was at Harvard or Yale or somewhere, and they told the teachers, okay, we want you to watch these kids for bad behavior. Watch them for bad behavior that's out of the ordinary. And they had 4 kids. They had a white boy and a black boy, a white girl and a black girl. And they had 6 teachers, 3 white and 3 black, male and female, even numbers. And they had these scans on their eyes where they could see, scan to see the direction that their eyes were going in and who they were looking at. And every time they had more eye contact on the black child, on the black boy more specifically. And it wasn't that the black little boy was doing anything different, it's that they automatically drifted to him to look for bad behavior or adverse behavior or out of the normal behavior of a 3 or 4 year old.
So how do you see? Here's my this is, you can agree with me, disagree, that's cool. I really think racism, we will never see it end. I think it has to die off. I think it's going to be 10 to 15 to 20,000 years. Racism is going to have to die off because it's just so embedded into these kids to hate and hate and hate. And
nobody's born to hate.
Nobody.
Nobody's born. This
It's
is
taught.
taught behavior.
Yes.
But you know what? It's people that's advocating for racism to be included in the DSM as a mental disorder. Because if you look, okay, take George Zimmerman. What would possess somebody? You got the police on the phone, the dispatcher's telling you, don't follow the kid. The police are on their way.
Yeah.
You don't have to follow him. Leave him alone. But he's going to continue to talk. I got him. He's in my sight.
Yeah.
Confront him. And then accost him. And kill the boy. And all he had was some Skittles and what? A lemonade, a tea or something?
And I'm going to tell you what makes it worse. Set up a GoFundMe and get more money than LeBron James.
Hey!
That's the sick part.
So you got people that would consider that racism is a mental disorder, because to live, that means you got to live in a state, at a heightened state all the time. Because in the back of your mind, or wired into your brain subconsciously, if it's implicit or and not explicit, you're thinking, or you have the feeling, or you have the unction that because somebody is black, that they're going to harm me, that they're going to do something wrong. I mean, can you imagine living like that and not just being able to be? Just be. People just can't be. And if you see how racism robs you of your peace, you wouldn't even want that in your spirit anyway. Because it takes away from your happiness and your joy.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of the day, all people of color want to do
It's just live.
is live, make some money,
Yeah.
take their kids
To Disney World.
just have fun. I mean, what is it? What is it about us that you hate so much? What is it? I mean, what? We washed your kids, we cleaned your house, we did everything for y'all, and y'all still hate us.
Well, we gotta keep.
Well,
it,
listen,
we
listen.
gotta keep the perspective. It's not everybody, because if you look at the foundation of the NAACP, we were founded in 1909, right after Reconstruction, by 60 people. 57 were white people, because they understood that the right thing to do was to combat racism, to combat lynching. They had a conscience to fight alongside, even then, to fight against these things that are meant to oppress us. But it's about who has the power, and about if we're going to recognize and become more involved and work together to push against that. I mean, it's like a war of ideologies is what I call it, because you got one school of thought, the way some people think, they want things to be the way it's always been. We don't want no change. This is how it's going to be. And then you got this other school of thought that's saying, okay, we tired. We tired of being exceptional. We tired of working twice as hard.
Okay.
We tired of getting denied.
As
you know?
NAACP president,
Uh-huh.
how far you think we've come in your 4 years? You think we made big strides?
How many? I mean, let me ask you this: How many lawsuits has the NAACP taken up in the last 10 years? Oh, you would
mean
know.
on a national level?
No, Owensboro.
In Owensboro? Okay. In the last 10 years, I can go with what I've done.
Okay, do the 4 years then.
We've had 4 retail. It was 2 were settled outside, and 2 were referred on to attorneys. We had 2 in industry, and these are people that came to us, and those 2 were forwarded on to attorneys, because remember, I'm not an attorney.
Right.
We have access to legal redress, and we have access to attorneys. And what else? We've had a complaint, 2 complaints with the police department. Those were referred on to attorneys because people did have cases. So, I mean, and it's been more, but I just can't think right off the top of my head right now.
Okay. And what was the final say in the statues being removed from the courthouse?
The county commissioners voted unanimously, meaning all voted to have the statue removed from the courthouse lawn. There's a process that has to take place in order for that to be done first. They formed a committee that was comprised of representatives that was selected by each commissioner, with the exception of the judge executive, who submitted 2 representatives, and their purpose is to come up with a place to put the statue. So it's coming off the courthouse lawn, It's just going to take time.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. When they take, me and Chucky is talking about this. When they finally do it, see, I could care less if they take it or they leave it. Racism is in your heart. It doesn't matter. Confederate flag, statue, though none of that matter to me. It's what's in your heart. So you can take all these statues down. Now what? People are still going to be the same way that they are. So, so do you think that's a big deal by taking these statues down? Is that a big deal to you?
Yes, it's a very big deal. If you paid attention to what I was saying earlier, and if you would look at it in the format of a war, when you are in a war, you have different levels of advancement. You have your initial level. You might have your foot soldiers to go in, and they're shooting, you know, at different targets. Then it escalates. Then you bring in your tanks, and they bombing buildings. And then you still got your next step. Then you call in your airstrikes, and they landing bombs everywhere and just clearing things out. And then you got your back end that'll come up and clean up what you have accomplished. And you're pushing forward. In other words, you have to be able to dismantle each and every part in a strategic way. For you to ignore one part and leave that unanswered, you leave an open door for the opportunity for it to resurface. Because remember I said, it's not just about heritage. They've hijacked it. They've hijacked it to exemplify hate, to give it like a rallying cry, to get them pumped up. So if they can have something, meaning racist, if they can have something to rally behind, then it gives them momentum to continue to perpetuate that hate. See, that's the importance of it. You got to dismantle racism on all fronts, because we're in a war. It's a war of ideologies. And see, you can have a war of ideologies and like the Civil War was won by the North, but they still celebrating the South. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. See, that further perpetuates what's in the person's heart. Because we can't legislate racism away. So we have to take out what goes into your eye gates, what goes into your ears, what you listen to and what you see. That puts a mark on your brain. Our brains are like computers. So the more of this negative junk that we take in, the more of an impression it makes upon your soul. And although on the surface it's not saying nothing, but really underneath that, it's speaking loud and clear. You got to look at it like an iceberg. You don't know how big the iceberg looking just on the surface. But if you go up under the water, that thing is massive. It's massive. So you got to look at it like a war. You got to push on different fronts, different levels. There's different levels to this. And it might be a low-level victory, but I'll take that.
I want to read something to you, and I want to see if you agree with this.
Okay.
Lyndon Johnson said this back in the 60s.
Okay.
If you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man,
yes,
he won't notice you picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, and he'll empty his pockets for you. What do you think about that?
What comes to mind is when I was a little girl in Madisonville, and this little girl across the street, her name was Sissy, she would say, well, we ain't got none. You live in that house, but we live in this trailer, because it was 2 or 3 trailers across the street. She said, but at least I ain't no nigga. And we lived in a 6-bedroom house. But she's saying to me, I don't care how much money you got.
Right.
At least I still got my whiteness, because your white, she understood. We were like maybe 6 or 7 years old, but she understood that her whiteness gave her a certain amount of access.
At 6 and 7 years old,
she understood that because she was
in the same neighborhood.
She was taught that. So in other words, like when LeBron James' house got tagged and the N-word and all that stuff, out in L.A. You remember when that
Yes,
happened?
yes.
He says, no amount of money that I can make, in the eyes of some people, I'm still.
And that's the thing that it burns me up in the workplace.
Mm-hmm.
Your next door neighbor, people across the street. You know, I work with people just like I'm sure we all work with people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Their color of their skin, they still think this is me personally.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why the rich and wealthy may be prejudiced. It ain't right.
You understand? Explain yourself on that. I get that.
Well, I understand it. They just gonna be who they are. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. They just gonna be who they are.
Usually, the ones that got money don't pay no attention.
But they do. But I'm saying the people who kill me the most is the person I work beside. They hate me.
Yeah, I don't have a problem.
I don't have a problem.
I don't have a problem with the Klan. I don't have a problem with the Klan. We know what the Klan's about.
Right.
Right.
But I can't stand the dude sitting in that office with his coat and his tie, making hiring and firing decisions
Right.
with this racist view. I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me. It's a few years ago. Let me get in this conversation. I was working at a plant in Bowling Green, Kentucky, with Lyman Industry. I know I got some of my Lyman Industry co-workers on here.
Call them out, Chuck.
I'm gonna call them out. I have no problem saying names. We can fight, whatever you want to do. So I volunteered to work overtime.
Okay.
All right. So I'm working on the conveyor. I'm working on the conveyor, and all these pallets are coming down, and they need to be secured. Well, they start coming down the line, and they're not secured. So I get on the little microphone and yell down to the guy to make sure he puts top sheets on these pallets. They keep coming down with no top sheets. So I go down to the line to say something to him. He tells me that the supervisor told him not to put the top sheets on it. Make Chuck do it, even though it's not my job, right? So I head over to him and I asked him, I say, why did you tell him not to put the top sheets on? He said, because you can do it. I said, but it's not my job.
It's his job.
Yeah. He said, well, if you don't want to do it, you can leave. I said, I'm gone.
Right.
I'll see you Monday. He said, no, don't come back Monday. You fired.
What?
So I said, I'm gone. I'll see you Monday.
Right.
So I leave, and everybody's calling me on the phone. Chuck, what happened? What happened? I said, he's upset because y'all made him work this weekend. I volunteered, Rhonda.
Right.
They made him work.
Right.
And he's upset, and he thought he was going to use Chuck as a scapegoat. All right, so I'm thinking come Monday, everything's going to be fine.
Right.
But guess what, Rhonda? Guess what?
What?
When I'm home during the weekend, on Sunday, I get about 7 phone calls.
7?
Now, these are from co-workers. All 7 co-workers are white. And they tell me that after I left, they had a guy come in and fill my position. And the guy that fired me went back to that guy and said, I fired Chuck. He said, why'd you fire him? He said, because he was complaining about the top sheets. He said he's supposed to complain about the top sheets.
It's not his job.
Yeah, it's not his job. And this supervisor looked at him and said, well, it don't really matter. I ain't never liked niggas anyway.
What?
Rhonda, I turned into Al Sharpton. I'm the wrong one, Rhonda. Don't play with me. There ain't no money in this world. I don't care how much you pay me an hour.
Right.
You will never disrespect Chuck Taylor on a job. I don't give a damn what job it is. We can fight, whatever you want to do. I will never be held captive.
Right.
I will never be kidnapped
over
a base pay. It'll never happen.
Right.
And I'm sending this word out to any supervisor in this city. All right, what you got, Monday? What you got? First of all, how much time we got left?
Well,
no, wait a minute. Hold on, Monday. We need to open up the forum for some questions.
Okay.
All right, let me get some questions. Marty Jackson.
Okay,
Marty Jackson over here trying to cuss me out, Monday,
Tell me-
because I can't answer
Hey,
any
tell me
questions.
that dollar sign, Chuck. Dollar sign.
Yeah,
dollar
why you
sign
ever
Phil
ask all
Monday.
these questions? Let's get that cash out
Cash
here.
out going,
What
Chuck.
is it, Monday? What is it?
Dollar sign Phil Monday.
Dollar sign Phil Monday. Why you ask all these damn questions?
Yeah, we got NAACP in
Yeah.
the building.
Now
We
get your,
take
now get
donations.
your,
Yeah.
get your questions
Yeah.
right.
We need your membership.
Yeah, NCAA.
We got scholarship
Yeah.
funds.
Don't you
Yes.
dare have an attitude with Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on these questions,
Come on.
and they better make sense. I'm waiting. Monday, where's the drinks at?
What you need, baby?
I mean, gotta get a
you
Sprite
got a
or
drink.
something.
You had a drink right
I
there.
can't get in front of the camera, Monday.
Yeah. We do.
I mean, Monday has taken. Hold on, I got a shout out.
Oh,
Creasy Kelly in the building.
outstanding.
All right.
Jeff Goddard in the building.
Yes.
What did it growing? All right, Jeff Goddard. Grew up listening to 80s rap, Run DMC. It didn't seem so vulgar. What do you think when they toss around the N word? I'm assuming in music.
In rap music.
What do you think about that?
I'm old school. I don't like it. I like the leaders of the new school.
What?
Yes, I like the De La Soul. I like all that kind of stuff. I was a socially conscious rap person. I like that type of rap.
Can you spit a hot 16 right now?
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna spit no bars.
Chuck.
I believe, Jeff, I'm going to help you with that one. I believe it depends on what streets you drive down. If you drive down Fifth Street, you play whatever you want. Because we ready for whatever. Now, if you go out there on Griffith Avenue, you might want to put on some
Sade.
some Sade. Yeah. Okay, Tori Bowman. How you doing, baby?
Hey, daughter.
All right, we got a question.
What?
Why have you passed up? Ask the question. These things are going by. I can't keep up with them while they're talking. Ask the question now.
Come on, now.
It's open forum.
Yeah,
Ask the question.
ask the question.
Don't ask me about a question. Who is
Ask it.
ready to do the work and actually write legislation for us, by us in Owensboro, Kentucky specifically? Who is the... Damn, it just went past. Who is, I guess, the community activist? I guess that's what they said. That came from Andy
You
Rhodes.
can be a community activist. You can get involved. That's why we can't rely on other people to do what you want done. So you might not be writing the bills or proposing the legislation, but if you have an idea, you need to bring it to the NAACP, bring it to the Black Expo, bring it to the Human Relations Commission. Heck, take it to Jim Glenn. He's one of our representatives, and tell him what your ideas are. That's what they're there for. They're there to represent us. But you have to voice it. You have to be able to articulate what you want done. And like my mom always said, a closed mouth don't get fed.
Exactly. All right, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for questions.
Okay, before we get another question, Chuck, let me give a shout out to Larry Russell from Terre Haute, Indiana.
Who's Larry Russell?
Larry Russell. I went to school with him.
Okay.
Larry Russell, Indiana State. I'm giving you a shout out. I did score on the 1 yard line. I did score, and you know it. I want to give a shout. I did some research. On Josh Miller and Larry Owens. I did some research.
All right.
Y'all was real deal. I told you I was going to reach out to you, Josh. I hope you watch it. You and Larry, y'all put in work. Nice little duo.
Okay, here we go.
got any more
Wait a minute.
questions?
Why is the NAACP not more community conscious?
I don't know what you mean by not being community conscious. I'm here talking to the community now. As
Feel
you
the
can
thrill.
see. Yes,
The
feel
thrill.
the thrill.
All that.
I mean, I don't know what you want. Is it something specific that you want?
Ask a more detailed question.
Yeah.
I got another question. Is the NAACP working with the family of the recent police-involved shooting suicide? Is that the Ray Payne guy?
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah. I sent her. Yes, well, we have worked with them. Yes.
Okay. NAACP has come to the NAACP has come to the Black Lives Matter Owensboro, Kentucky meeting. Is that a question?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, who else got a question?
I'm waiting. As they pop up, I'm gonna read them.
Okay. Because I don't know how much more community minded I can be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I totally get it.
You know, what do you want?
What do you want?
Yeah. What do you want? Let's get it. Because that's the only way we're going to be able to get ahead. You know, we can't sit back and point the fingers.
Where's your office located at?
We don't have like a specific office, but we meet at the H.L. Nebula Center every second Monday at 6 o'clock in the large conference room. But because of COVID, we've been doing telephone conference calls.
Okay, they said I was supporting her claim of coming to the meeting. Okay. All right.
Good
that was
deal.
not a question. I thought it was a question.
And make sure you become a member. So a lot of times what I find is that, you know, people don't want to follow process. They don't want to become members, or if they have a complaint, they'll call with a complaint, but they don't want to fill out the paperwork. You got to fill out the paperwork and put your name to it, because I don't want to go out somewhere and then you leave me hanging and not show up, or you know, start the process and don't follow through because you get scared. You know, if you're going to do it, you know, you need to follow through with what you're asking. And a lot of times people want to evade the process by just doing a lot of loose talk. And you can't conduct business that way.
Exactly.
Shout
out to Lana Harper.
We got any more questions, Chuck?
Any more questions?
I'm waiting for questions. If they pop up, I promise you I'll read them. Tell folks NAACP contact info for ones that don't know. Sheik Deezy, that's the best thing you said in 2020. I like that, Sheik Deezy. I like that.
Our mailing address, if you want to mail a letter, is P.O. Box 22282, Owensboro, Kentucky 42301. My phone number 270-244-3180, or you can email me at rondalyn.randolph820@gmail.com, or inbox us on Facebook. We're active and we'll respond to whatever questions or concerns you have.
I just got a question that I know the answer to.
Okay, what?
Mandy Roby, of course
What?
white people can join the NAACP.
Yeah.
The NAACP president used to be white. Of course you can.
Yeah.
I don't even have to ask that question.
Just pay your $30 and fill out the application.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it for a whole year.
I'm trying to figure out, we need to do a, or Vicky, oh man, I missed that question.
What?
Hold on,
What
I
was
missed it. Hold on.
Who was it from?
How do we police our own in our own community? Good question, Donovan Buck.
How do we police our own?
Yes.
We police our own by calling people out on their mess. That's what we do. If you see, like...
It's going to get tricky.
It's going to get tricky. People ain't going to like it.
Yeah.
But if your kids is out here doing the stuff that's causing confusion, get your kids. Don't make no excuses for your kids.
Yeah, but
Reel
you know,
your kids
but
in.
wait a minute now. You know what we got? Well, you know what we got in the neighborhood?
Well,
We got a no snitch policy.
Well, that's stupid when somebody's robbing you, or when somebody's selling dope and they killing you. That's stupid. If you don't tell, or if you don't call them out on their mess, or if you don't stand guard and say, not on my block, then it's going to continue to be the way that it is. But see, we got issues with taking dirty money. That's what we got issues with. And we don't want to speak up because you're going to mess up your money flow. Because you don't want to get a second job. But real men and women will do what it takes to make an honest living. And they're not going to put up with no bull in their home. Not to say that sometimes kids get out of control. I understand that. But it's got to be some boundaries set. And people going to have to draw the line. If you know your kid got guns and stuff, confiscate it. Take it. Who's running your house? You or your kids?
Who runs your
Who
house?
runs your house?
You or
Or
your
your
kids?
kids?
Who runs your house?
Who runs
What
your
line
house?
are you gonna draw?
Who
It's
is the
gotta be
boss?
some accountability.
Woo.
And we can't be walking around scared. We can't do it. And then sometimes, you know, we can't tell our kids because we're doing it too. And when our kids are calling us out on our own mess, it's hard for us to get them to change when we're not changing.
Exactly.
But we can't change until you be honest about who you are. Until you be honest about what you see when you look in the mirror.
All right, I got a question.
All
Is
right.
there anything the community can do to show their support for the NAACP?
Become a member.
Become a member.
Vote. Register to vote if you're not registered.
All it
You
takes
know?
to become a member is what, $30?
$30 for the whole year. Fill out your application. You can go online on our national website and fill out an application and pay online. And you don't even have to, you know, contact me. You just have to indicate that you want to be affiliated with the Owensboro, Kentucky branch. Because we have to maintain a certain number of people on our membership to be a viable branch.
How many members is in the Owensboro branch?
Right now we have about 60.
60.
About 60?
Yeah.
Robbie Dole wants to know what's your thoughts on the debate last night?
It was a mess. If I could cuss, I would say it was an S show. It was just a mess.
WWF?
Yeah, and if you don't see that as a reason for you to get out and vote, something's wrong with you.
Right.
Because, you know, we are in a dangerous time, and we can either tip it one way or the other, especially with the Supreme Court being comprised of the people that they are comprised of, and the balance of it not being tipped in the favor of people that are disenfranchised right now. And then if he gets re-elected, it'll further disenfranchise, you know, people like me. You know, and I'm talking about through health care, they're dismantling the 1964 Voting Rights Act. I mean, and the list just goes on and on and on. And they'll be hearing a case on the Affordable Care Act, I think in November or after the first of the year. So we're at a pivotal time with that. And a lot of people walk around here with no insurance, and, you know, you got some serious health issues and stuff. These are things that you need to be concerned about and astute about. But I think there was no policy discussed last night. You did not have a clear understanding of where they stood on important things that affect our everyday lives. And I just think it was a strategy that was used to throw Biden off. That's what I think personally.
And they got what, 2 more?
They have two
more
more,
debates?
and they're supposed to be changing the debate rules so that it can't be so much interrupted. But both parties have to agree to the changes before they'll be enacted. But if they don't make some changes, I'm not watching that.
Oh, I ain't watching that.
I ain't watching that,
I done
'cause that's
seen-
a waste of
I done
time.
seen enough.
Now, you
Yeah.
know Donald Trump ain't going to be
Sure
abiding
ain't.
by rules.
You
I
ain't
mean-
You
lying.
know that.
What do you think about the stereotype of black people saying my vote don't count and I'm not gonna go vote and stuff like? What do you think about that? What do you
I think
about
they're
that?
ignorant. I think they're ignorant, and I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. I'm saying it in its true definition. It's the absence of knowledge. They're saying these things because they don't have enough information to draw a logical and clear explanation of why they should vote the way that they should vote. So if they don't have the tools necessary to make a conscious decision, I think that's like a way out, you know, because politics affects their everyday life because they draft the laws. You know, the census that determines how much money each community gets. You know, whenever they draft these laws and whenever they go up, you want money for your streets, you want money for the police, you want money for your firefighters, you want money for the schools, money for our hospital, you want money for all this stuff, but you don't want to get involved in the political process, but that's who determines how much money is allocated to us.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's just crazy.
What do you think about? Do you think that we're ready to after fall break go back to school?
No.
What is your take on that?
No. And I work for the school system, but I think that we should not be back in school until they get a vaccine, and preferably after the first of the year. Now, will I be one of the first people to take the vaccine? No.
I will.
I will not.
I will, Monday.
I ain't
first in line, Monday.
I ain't doing it.
I ain't doing that. Not at least.
I want to be like 497,000, and then let me get mine in 497,000. That's the magic number for me. That's the magic number for me. I am not gonna be the first one in line. Believe that.
Do that.
Hey, they just said we need to join the Black Expo. We need to join the Black Expo.
I want to join when y'all's board accept me.
Monday, somebody said that we need to get a political platform. Me and you, I guess.
About what you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Well, tell them to give us something. I mean, ain't nothing too big or too small for Chuck and Phil. Ain't nothing
but
too big.
Chuck and Phil, y'all can handle it.
We can have. I mean,
and we need a standing ovation for the athletes for taking a stand against racism.
Oh yeah.
You got a standing ovation for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, standing ovation, but they just boycotted for a day.
Yeah.
Well, but that's enough.
And tell them don't forget to hit that cash out, Phil. We got the main woman in the house tonight, Chuck.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you
they
something.
don't know what we go through to get these people in the building.
If y'all don't stop being so cheap, because that internet is not free.
It's not.
It's not free, my
It's not. And do they know what we go through, Chuck, to get these people in the building?
They don't have a clue.
Yeah, they have to pay my gas money.
We put in work.
Yeah. Read that cash app one more time, Monday, so they can hear
$ Phil Monday.
$ Phil Monday. It's not hard to remember.
Yeah.
$ Phil Monday.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
All right, Mandy asked, should we plan another Black Lives Matter march? Hold on. Before you answer, I'm going to answer this one.
Okay.
Mandy, my feet hurt. Listen. I'm to the point now where I'm ready to fight.
Right.
I ain't marching.
Yeah.
I ain't marching, Mandy.
Where we marching to?
Where we marching to? Tell Square, but where we going?
For?
I'm ready to fight.
Yeah.
Damn marching.
I'm sick of this crap.
$ Film and Sheik Easy put it up.
Sheik Easy.
Get in. How much time we got, Monday?
We got that's about 5. We can do about 5 more minutes. Couple more questions, Chuck, and we'll wrap it up.
All right. A lot of white people want to march to show solidarity.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, Mandy, this is for all white people. I said it before. We see you.
Yeah. We're gonna start
This is not a black and white issue. This is a right and wrong issue.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Yeah. So we got to do things like, we got to start going to the city and county commission meetings when it's back open to the public and start following the things that they are discussing concerning, the allocation of money when we get our money from the state, the new projects that are taking place in the community, the rezoning of different communities to allow these different kind of businesses to come in. We have to start participating in the process so we can be informed. That way we'll know, okay, what we can ask for, what we need to ask for, how we need to go about doing it. We need to start, attending these things. And we need, as civic organizations, to start having like quarterly meetings together so that we can strategize and, not overwork each other and not be double working.
Right.
You're doing the same thing that I'm doing. What kind of sense does that make? when I can come in and support you on what you are doing. Like DeMarcus Carey and his little group, they did the voter registration rally over the weekend. It was awesome. I was at a funeral over in Evansville, so I wasn't able to make it. But those are things that all civic organizations need to be involved in to help support him when he does that. Like when LaQuan Kendall, when she did the voting canvassing, registering people to vote. She took that upon herself to do that. She created her own platform. If she can do it, anybody can do it.
Right.
And she did a wonderful job at it.
Shout outs to y'all. Shout out.
Shout out. Scary, LaQuan Kendall.
Yes.
Young people on the move. You gotta create your own.
I got a question from Carrie White.
Okay.
Are there any black teachers in the Owensboro school system?
Yes, and there are in Davis County school system too. In fact, there was one more addition that was made this year. There's a black English teacher at Davis County High School now. So we have 2 in our building, but that's something that we are working on, and that was a proposal that the NAACP made to the city school system and the county school system. And they're both proposals were accepted, and they're both working on it at their own pace. In fact, OPS at their board meeting on tomorrow, I'm going to be there as Mr. Constance addresses the board about their equity audit that they are going to do for Owensboro Public Schools, and the plan that they have drafted up to make the district more equitable when it comes to their hiring of teachers and administrators. You know, you got to look at are there any black principals? You know, we got to look at all of it. As far as I know, there's only one. So, you know, they're both working on it, but they're going at different paces. And I can say that the Owensboro Public School System is making faster strides.
Ms. Randolph, you have been cordially invited to come to the October 20th Black Lives Matter Owensboro, Kentucky meeting.
Okay.
That invitation was given by Miss Mandy Roby.
Okay.
Mandy Roby, you blacker than I am. She's strong. She's strong. She's strong. Virginia Johnson in the building. What's up?
Hey, Miss Virginia, love you.
How much time?
Any other questions?
We have an equity task force team.
Yes, that's what OPS has.
Okay. All right, that was from David Phillips, the role model in the school system.
All right,
the big fundamental. The big fundamental.
All right, but while we're on here, can somebody please give me the score? I need the Lakers score. I didn't ask for the score.
I think they got dropped, Chuck.
What?
We ain't been here that long, man.
I think they got dropped.
I need a score. So somebody give me a score on the Laker game. Black Lives Matter on basketball as well. No, the kids are calling like this when talk about teachers that look like you.
Yeah.
She Deezy. I mean, you kill me. You kill me, Sheik Deezy.
Yeah, but we working on that.
Oh, he said Lakers way up. 65. Appreciate that, Steve Wilkinson. 65-48 Lakers. I mean, LeBron ain't playing, buddy. He ain't playing. And I'm going to tell you, all you haters out there, y'all better start riding with this LeBron James.
Man.
This man has had a flawless career. He's handled himself with class, and y'all still hating on this man.
Man, wait till my boys get back. Chef Carey chicken salad. and Clay Thompson. Chef Carey chicken salad, and Clay will be back in the building next year.
Melvin Washington, you alive, Monday. Beat your bones again. You alive, Monday. You alive. All right, Monday, listen.
Shouts out, Melvin.
Listen.
Okay.
Wait a minute, hold on.
What?
Monday, I was just ready to close the whole live until I looked up and saw John Worth. What's up, Worth?
What's up, John Worth? What's up, Worth?
I mean, I might need some car insurance, Worth. I might need some car insurance. Yes. John Worth in the field. I ain't seen Worth's name since the 3 regional tournament.
Yeah, y'all struggled with him, didn't you,
We
Chuck?
struggled with words.
Yes, sir.
He was shooting from everywhere. His range is unlimited.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's the man over there.
Yes.
Orlando Johnson, Jordan is still a GOAT. I
All
must
right.
agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
I must agree.
Yes.
I
And
must
quit
agree.
fronting. All you LeBron James. Are you Laker fans? Are you Cleveland fans? Are you Miami fans? Which one are you? It's everywhere LeBron James goes. Yeah, y'all killed me. Y'all LeBron James, y'all fake and y'all phonies.
See, you a hater, man.
No, they just
You a
phony.
hater.
No, you a hater.
That's the reason why Black Lives don't
That's
matter.
Man, that's not you a hater.
That's why Black Lives
Michael
don't matter.
Jordan is the GOAT. Michael Jordan is the GOAT.
Now,
Don't you
LeBron's
forget
the
it.
king. LeBron's the king.
Michael
LeBron
Jordan's
done
the
proved
GOAT.
himself.
King James.
I mean, LeBron done stood up for us and
Man,
you still hate
I
him.
love LeBron James for standing up for it. But we talking about on the court. Give me Money Mike all day long.
Money Mike is number one.
All right.
He's the
Now-
coldest I ever seen. He's
Now-
the coldest.
Chuck, let's close it. Let's close
Let's
it out.
close it back. Then that's all we got to do.
Okay.
We don't need no long speech.
Yeah.
All we have to do is think black excellence in here tonight.
Oh my God.
It's been great.
You-
Come
I mean,
Monday,
yeah.
Monday.
Thank
Let's
you.
get something straight right now.
Let's get something straight.
You couldn't have held it down like this tonight without her.
Oh, I know
You're
it.
a star.
Oh, I know
You're a
it.
star,
Oh,
boy.
it's-
You couldn't have held it down
I
without
mean,
her.
Me and you go way back.
Way back.
Way back. So nice.
I'm telling you saved me and Chuck. You
I
sa-
saved
you,
y'all?
you saved us.
Yeah, but you
We-
weren't
we
ready
could-
though. Like Rhonda, he wasn't ready though. He's asking questions. He's asking questions.
Here's this little.
He's asking questions. He ain't got no belief in
Hey,
me, Rhonda.
Chuck,
He ain't got no
Chuck,
belief in me.
Chuck, listen to me. Listen to me. I want to send a shout out to
He's so
Miss
good.
Vanessa and Tim Edgerson.
Ah.
There's one thing I always wanted to say to y'all.
That's
Whenever
one of
y'all-
my favorite couples, baby.
Whenever y'all get a chance, could y'all please show me how to do the electric slide?
Baby, hold on.
Will
We
you
got
please
problems.
show
We
me how to do that?
got problems.
I need a
They can definitely show you how to do the electric slide. The only problem is Tim Anderson wants the microphone. He ain't gonna dance. He got to sing too.
Miss Vanessa, when y'all show me how to do the electric slide now, I want y'all to show me how to dip too now. Dip. I want to know how to
They
dip.
can dip.
Hey, you gotta dip.
They can dip.
Oh, I
They
love
definitely
it.
can dip.
Oh my
Ain't no
goodness.
question.
Oh my goodness.
Well.
I'll tell you, it's been great tonight.
Well, I had fun too.
It's
I
been
really
great.
did. I
It's
had
been
fun.
outstanding. They don't know what we go through, Chuck, to get these people in the building.
Yeah, we getting special guests.
Special guest.
Special guests.
I'm not talking about bottom of the barrel either.
No, we going to
We
the
going
top.
straight for the top.
We going to the top.
We go to the top.
I think we paid Rhonda $3,500 for the night.
3,500.
$3,500. It was well worth it. It was well worth it. We will be founded on our taxes, though. We will be founded on our taxes.
And listen,
Because you
I
want to
tell
be
you
like
what.
Trump.
He don't pay none.
He don't pay that.
Trump don't pay taxes.
I mean, Trump ain't paid taxes since
Yeah.
80.
Yeah, Trump don't pay taxes.
Oh my God.
But y'all sure won't feel money's taxes.
Oh my God.
It's been wonderful, Chuck.
It's been good.
Yeah.
This might be the best one so far.
What are we talking about next week, Chuck?
That's what I was going to open up the forum to our audience. We need some subjects.
Give
us some subjects that you might want to hear about next Tuesday. We need some good subjects.
I mean, we can talk about.
Whoa, we got a question.
Oh,
This
Lord.
is Major from John Parham. I got to get it in. Who's a better golfer?
A better
John
golfer.
Arcane or Phil Mundy?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to say this. I've never played with Arcane, but you know he got money longer than Train Smoke. John Arcane got money longer than Train Smoke.
Yes, he does.
So he probably plays a lot of golf.
Yes.
So I'm gonna bow down and I'm gonna say John Arcane, but don't slip and fall, cause I'll get you. Don't slip and fall.
You know he got the best equipment.
Oh, you know he got the best
He
equipment.
got the best equipment.
Give me on Owensboro Country Club, John Arcane. Let me go out there and hit with you sometime. Let me go out there and hit, baby.
Oh,
I like to say hello to the Arcanes too.
Yeah. All right, what we
Good
got on here,
people.
Jack and Ryan? Good discussion. Snack pack. Snack pack, you way too late. We should have had some food. I'm waiting for somebody to offer some food for these forums.
I know it.
Everybody's
I'm
cooking
telling
good.
you. I'm telling you. And we giving y'all shout outs.
I mean,
I'm
you know we're
telling
going
you.
to give you shout outs for your business.
I'm telling you right now. You getting shout outs. We showing y'all a lot of love. A lot of love. Now see, now Chucky.
Shout out. How you going to call me out?
Chucky, you're getting put out. Chucky is getting ready to get put out.
No, I ain't straight out my mouth, buddy.
Chucky,
My
you're
fault.
getting put out.
My fault, buddy.
All right.
Y'all crazy.
All right, we appreciate everybody for tuning in.
Yeah.
I'm going to check out the rest of this Laker game. What we got? 53 people.
It's been fun.
We need some subjects.
Yes,
Give
need
us
some
some
subjects.
subjects for next
Yeah.
week.
Or you'll leave it up to me and Chucky, and then we're gonna talk about baby mama drama.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
We will talk about it. Daddies that ain't paying child support.
No, don't do
Yeah,
that.
and y'all rather see
Oh,
me in
wait,
jail.
hold on. This is very important,
Don't do
Monday, this is
What's
very
that?
important. This is very important.
What's that?
John Arcane just put, I got the food for next Tuesday.
Oh, outstanding!
And you know we gonna get it.
You know we gonna get it.
We gonna get it.
And it's gonna be top of the line.
Yes, it will be.
Because John Arcane don't play.
I'm gonna tell you the last time I had a super steak was from Joe Arcane.
Ooh.
I mean, the steaks were so big, I thought they killed an animal on the side of the highway.
Ooh. I want to
Yes.
give a shout out to Miss Arcane. I'm still using that little typing you gave us back in the 12th grade.
Shorthand.
Yeah. I'm still typing about 15 words a minute, but thanks to you.
All right, we go.
We
go.
go.
Everybody
Okay.
wait from working down.
Okay, we love you.
All right, I'm trying to turn this off. Monday.
Okay.
Turn it off.
Y'all done turned it to the side. I'm gonna. Monday,
Yes.
come on. Oh, here it's on this side.
All right. Oh, you could. Here we go.